You're listening to Adults Talking Anime Plus, a place where adults talk anime, video games, comic books, and whatever else we want. I'm Inga.
And I'm Thor.
And we are your resident adults. So today, we're going to be talking sad animes. Animes that make you feel things. Mm-hmm. Animes that make you sad. What do you think the appeal of a sad anime is?
I've put some thought to this.
Okay.
And it makes me realize that not all the time can things just be overcome by friendship and effort.
Oh.
And sometimes you want something that reinforces that life is about like feeling alive, and sometimes you have to be a little sad to appreciate how happy you can be.
Oh, okay.
Is that deep?
I don't know if you asked.
Was that so deep? Am I the deepest?
I think it stops being deep the minute you have to say, "Is that deep?" I don't know.
If that's the only reason it's not deep, then I realize that might have been profound. Put it on the Discord if you think so.
Yeah, let us know on the Discord if that was deep. We're taking a poll. Oh,
what about you?
Boy. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I just want to cry.
Oh. Yeah, I never want to cry.
Sometimes I just want to cry, or sometimes I just need to cry, so I'll put on a sad anime to, like, realize that I still can.
But if you go blind, like, if you're watching and when a sad anime is coming out in season, and it's just one of the things that are coming out,
yeah,
I don't think you always know, like, especially, because I primarily watch anime.
Yeah.
I'll read webtoons, I'll read mangas occasionally, but generally I watch the anime and then cannot wait for a second season to come out because I just don't have that type of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I need to know, and I need to know now.
That's true. Also, I don't like, if I know it's going to be sad, I want all the episodes out. I don't want to start a sad anime. I have not actually watched a sad anime, like, in current time.
Oh yeah, because if you're watching it in current time, you're like, wait a second, what's happening?
Yeah. You're like, oh no.
What roller coaster did I just get into?
Exactly. Yeah. I would say that I wouldn't seek one out, or if I have a feeling it's going to be sad, I might sort of avoid it. Just because, I don't know, I'm not like, oh yeah, give me that sad anime. Give it to me.
I don't know. Some of these that I've thought of, some of the ones on my list.
Mm-hmm. I will
really
say this. Have you seen the promo for Weathering with You?
No.
Okay, well...
Sad from jump.
You already know. So it's a movie. It came out a couple of years ago, but you already know it's going to be sad. And I'm gonna say, anytime you see any form of an anime promo where there's like a girl standing on a mountain and a guy's looking off at the ocean, and then that anime music starts swelling, you know that is gonna be sad. It is gonna be sad. I haven't watched it, but I really want to. I'm saving it for when I really want a good cry.
See, I don't know. I see that promo, and to me, that screams Eden of the East.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And that was just about... I don't even know. I'm pretty sure it was just self-discovery. I mean, the world was ending, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think it was sad.
I
don't remember it.
Yeah, I don't remember it well enough to go into it. But I think with that, we should do a little Q and anime.
Okay.
I think we should still do one.
All right.
Q and anime. Q and anime. Q and anime. Q and anime.
First question.
For you?
For me.
First
I will
question
be
for you.
answering my own questions. No, first question is, who do you think is the most, saddest of your anime? The saddest of all the anime boys.
Is it an anime? Is it anime? What?
Anime boys.
The person, anime boy. The saddest anime boy?
Yeah, the saddest anime boy.
I mean, it's Clannad season 2.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's only one answer to that. All of these questions today are just sad related?
No, that was my first one. Who's the saddest anime boy? Okay. if you had to pick 5 animes that were sad, what would they be?
I have to put this list down to 5.
Yeah, just 5.
In which case, I'm going to move on from Clannad Season 2, so I have 6 total.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I think you go Angel Beats, which I thought was very sad, but you also love it.
Yeah, it's so funny too.
Plastic Memories.
Okay, I haven't seen that one.
Anohana.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how many I'm at.
3.
I'm going to toss in Steins Gate.
Okay. I don't know if I've watched it.
The middle's pretty brutal. We can get into it in a second.
Yeah.
And then I also think, I'm gonna argue for it, but I think Rezero is pretty sad. In the middle of it, I think any time that somebody has to deal with a problem like multiple times,
Yeah.
that's always tough. What about you? What's your deal?
5 I don't even think I actually have 5. I like to ask trick questions. No, okay. I guess if I had to say 5, I too will also say Clannad. All of it. I think that's the saddest anime to exist. I would also then go with You Lie in April. That's one of mine. Yeah. Angel Beats is also on my list.
Has to be.
Let's see. Is that only 4 for me? I think I only have 4. Like, other animes aren't necessarily...
Which one do you fight for?
Here, okay. I'm going to say My Roommate is a Cat. And I don't know if it's necessarily sad other than the fact that I cried a lot watching it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's intended to be a sad anime, but to me it's like a sad and happy anime.
Okay.
But it made me cry a lot. So that's kind of where I feel like also if the anime makes you cry, that sort of puts it in the realm of a sad anime.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think those are my 5 sad animes. And then question 2. I don't really have
Didn't you ask me who the saddest boy was as one?
That
wasn't even... Give me question 3.
Oh, question 3. Question 3. I don't know if I have a question 3. This is just 2.
These 2 questions were brought to you by Q and Anime.
Exactly. If I think of one, I'll come back to it.
Oh, okay. I can ask questions in this?
Yeah, please.
Oh, look at this.
If you have one, if you got a Q and Anime, give it to me.
I just like that it's freestyle, that we can ask questions at any point in time. I don't have to declare everything every single time.
Okay, anyway. I guess, so going off of the list, the 2 lists that we both did, even though we had 1 mutual, or 2 mutuals on that, which one do you want to get into first? I just watched You Lie in April, like, just a few days ago.
Yeah.
That anime is sad.
Oh, for sure.
Super sad. My thing was, I went into it knowing it was going to be sad.
Yeah.
So I actually was trying to fight it.
Yeah.
I was trying to be like, is it really sad? Or is it hyped up? Is it overhyped for being sad? And turns out, it is not.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Reflecting on that one, that was one that I watched when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't think that I knew it was going to be sad.
Wow.
Going in. I mean, episode 1, I literally think it's...
It looks like it's going to be like a slice of life. Yeah,
It's black and white, and then he sees the girl, and then the colors. I mean, it was just a beautifully presented...
it's beautiful, yeah. It's definitely a beautiful anime.
And, yeah, and then it definitely gets you.
Oh, yeah. Also, I will make this statement. I feel like music animes tend to be the saddest animes, too, at the same time. Anytime you bring music into it, and again, I know it's not all, but like a lot of these animes, when they start playing musical instruments, I don't know why. It's the power of music. It makes you sad. You know this is going to probably be like really sad.
Or it's on the complete opposite side, and it's just the most fun anime. And I'm talking about Cone.
Yeah, it's so funny because I always called that K-On!
I guess you can call it both.
Oh, no. I'm like, am I wrong? Is that wrong? Am I dumb? Because when you said Cone at first, I'm like, I don't know if I've watched it. When I straight up watched both seasons of it. So cute.
Yeah, and then The other one I think of, Carol and Tuesday.
That one was really good. I actually don't know. I just recently watched that one too. I don't know why I sat on it for so long either. And it was really good. I thought it was going to be something different than what it was.
I'm trying to think of other...
This one, I remember it did get me. I remember getting goosebumps, and I remember, like, having a lot of feelings about it. It was, Koto Oto Tomare.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a juvenile delinquent who...
Okay.
Yeah, well, he's a bad boy.
Yeah,
But then,
yeah.
like, it turns
Who's the
out...
baddest boy?
Who's the baddest boy? In anime.
In anime history?
Oh, no. That's
You
hilarious.
have 25 seconds.
That's a very... Who's the baddest boy? Okay, I got it. Bon. 7 Deadly Sins.
Oh.
I don't know if he's the baddest boy, but he's bad.
I guess.
I don't know. Oh, man, that's a good question,
It's not
though.
the pig.
That's hilarious. No, is that the pig? Even though you'd have to probably think Meliodas.
Maybe. He's
I
a
don't know.
demon.
He is a demon. The Demon King. King of the demons. No, that's hilarious. Who's your baddest boy?
My baddest boy?
Yeah.
Sephiroth.
That's what it is.
He just likes chaos.
That is true, though. I mean, I guess if you had to say video game baddest boy, Sephiroth.
It's a bad boy.
He's a bad boy.
Sephiroth's a bad boy. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, back to You Lie in April. Very sad. I will say I made it all the way to the second to last episode. Then I was just crying. Then I was straight up crying because it was super sad. And they did it so beautifully. Oh, oh God, I'm getting goosebumps and I'm getting sad all at the same time. If you guys haven't watched it, it's a beautiful anime.
Mm-hmm.
I think the animation is absolutely gorgeous on it.
Yeah, they crush it.
Secondly, the music is really good. I mean, they just use...
It's classical songs.
Yeah, it's classical music. And and they really make her very likable.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like that free spirit who's just... I don't know, the fact that she helped him. I also think it was so cute that she, in theory, stalked him.
I guess you can look at it that way if you'd like.
You know what I find romantic? Stalking.
Yeah. Just follow the person.
Just like stalk them a little bit, and sneak into their life. Oh, but the reason she did it was because she knew that she didn't have a lot of time, and if she was gonna do it, it was like now or never.
Yeah.
Makes me sad.
And those are ones where it's like you question how you're supposed to live because things were black and white. He wasn't pursuing his passion.
Mm-hmm.
He was associating something that he loved with something that was terrible.
Mm-hmm. Well, his mom was not great.
Yeah, but also he blamed her death on it.
On himself.
On himself,
Yeah.
which is just like just irrational.
Yeah.
And to kind of be saved from that, which, I mean, bittersweet.
I know. I mean, my God, this poor guy, poor thing, had to continue to like fall in love with people who were going to keep leaving him.
Yeah.
Even though I guess in theory he's supposed to end up with his best friend.
What I'm going to say
Sure.
is that the reason that I love Angel Beats,
Okay.
and the reason why, yes, I will sit here and say that Clannad is like one of the more sad animes.
Sure.
The issue with it is you kind of have to go through the first season of Clannad.
Yes.
And I remember watching it because, I mean, it was not out at the peak of all animes. Like right now, we have 4 animes that come out a season that tend to be like very, very watchable.
Mm-hmm.
Clannad was just a good watchable anime. Season 1, I don't really care to rewatch it.
Yeah. I was thinking about doing a rewatch on it, but then at the same time I was like, I just know how this is. I know that this is sad.
But you need to have season 1 in order to truly be affected by season 2.
Oh, yeah.
And then with Angel Beats, it's so funny. It's got
funny.
such high peaks.
Yeah.
There is very few scenes in anime that have gotten me to laugh from just thinking about them.
Yeah.
When he says, you can't just go blasting people off. It's the funniest thing. And when the kid professes his love,
Yeah.
to Angel. And the teacher says that's great. Now sit down. And the guy who got blasted off the first time says, "You idiot."
Yeah.
And he has such a confident look while he starts spinning around and they do the slow motion. That episode, I think it's like early on. It's probably like episode 6 or something. But it's one of the funniest things that I've seen. And then you couple it with the sad storylines. Like every single person in there lived such... Like, they died in such brutal ways.
Oh, yeah. Also, this is on Netflix, so if you haven't watched Angel Beats, you definitely should. But part of the premise is everybody's dead. You're in the afterlife. Yeah. But they're kind of in, limbo, basically?
Maybe. I think it's arguable. Basically, I think their souls are not at rest.
Yeah.
And what's happening is they're given the second chance where they can kind of make it a utopia, or just live out there, because everyone died while they were kids, like that. They're that age, and although I don't 100% think that's true, I don't know. Anyway, so they're all put in this school environment where they can just kind of pursue their dreams and try to find this happiness.
Yeah.
But everybody who's on the fighting angel side of things was actively fighting conforming and not coming to terms with their past, not letting go what was keeping them there. So
how does that one end, though? I know I've watched the ending. I've 100% seen the ending. I'm just trying to...
It ends by...
Everybody disappears, right?
As they come to terms,
yeah,
they go away. And that was what they were initially fighting, is they would see students come in, they become a part of the system, and then they go away. And they didn't want to disappear because they didn't know what it was, but it was just them finding peace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then even like the sports team, like I remember the baseball storyline really stands out to me. But it ultimately ends with the guy who helps everybody. So the main character, I cannot remember his name to save my life, but he...
Keep going.
He's trying to find... he doesn't remember anything. So he goes in with no memories. This is just his world. Mm-hmm. They all have memories of when they were on Earth.
Oh, yeah.
And as he starts remembering it, he remembers trying to take care of his little sister who's in the hospital. Remembers not really being happy with his life. He was a construction worker. Mm-hmm. I don't think he finished school.
Yeah.
And then he finally got his act together. He was going to med school. He was on the train to med school and there was an accident.
Yeah.
And he remembers that his last dying act was... he became a leader of like all these people who were in the train wreck, and they split food, they split water. Some people were bad people. He convinced everybody to forgive them. Like that was the most important thing in his dying act, was to get people to volunteer to donate their organs.
Oh God, I do remember this. Okay.
And then he checks the box. He signs the back of his license because that's just how it's done apparently.
Yeah.
And then he passes away. As he passes away,
they
there's
get
light
rescued
at the tunnel.
Oh my God, my goosebumps.
And then he realizes he should have never even, like, realistically, had he not forgotten everything, he wouldn't have ended up in that same world as them.
Yeah.
Because he was happy.
Yeah.
He just didn't, I guess, it was really fortunate that this guy was so good that he not only helped all of those people hold on to something, and he was the reason that they survived as long as they did in the train crash.
Yeah.
But then he also helped all these restless souls.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Angel Beats is really good. It's making me sad right now thinking about it. It's so funny, but then they hit you with all of that right at the end, like as each person starts to disappear. Yeah. Oh my God. I feel like there's a... But don't they meet up again, or do they just end? Does it just end?
I'm pretty sure that at the very end, and this could just be me making it up, but I'm going to say my thoughts anyway.
Sure.
I think that he somehow ends up back on Earth. Maybe he survives.
I think, or it's a reincarnation type thing.
Maybe, and then they see, he sees people walking on the street.
Yeah.
I don't know why I have this vivid memory of that. Maybe that's what I want to happen.
Well,
maybe I wrote fanfiction. Anyway, check out my fanfiction website. This is what that plug was.
That's amazing. I was gonna say, well, I'll put that clip in the Discord from Angel Beats. I think it's on YouTube.
Oh.
I think we've watched it several times. So if you haven't seen it, obviously it's funnier in context, but it's still a very funny scene. that you should watch. Okay, we had Angel Beats. All right, so I was reading a list. You know how I like to read some lists
Sure.
about sad animes or just whatever we're going to be talking about and what people think are sad. On that list was Full Metal Alchemist. And I was like, overall, I don't necessarily think that that's a sad anime, but there are sad parts. Like
I
when...
think it's the end. For me,
Which
I know
ending?
what they're talking about.
Brotherhood or...
I think both of them.
Doesn't Full Metal Alchemist just end the original, not Brotherhood, end weirdly? Isn't he on a train and he's in the future, but like Al is gone?
Man, it's been so long since
I
I've actually
know,
watched
it's-
the first one.
I've
I've rewatched Brotherhood,
Yeah.
but yeah, so he has to give up being an alchemist. His final exchange to bring his brother back is not being able to do alchemy ever.
Missed that fully.
Yeah, people aren't paying attention. That's what the final equivalent exchange is to bring Al back.
Oh my god.
And he's the most talented.
Yeah.
Or he's one of the most talented alchemists of all time. Not because of trying to bring back a life. That was a dumb decision on his part.
Stupid.
But he was extremely talented going into it, and he was extremely gifted. He was the youngest, or one of the youngest people to ever get their license in order to become a part of whatever the alchemist army is. Yeah, and so he gives it up in order to bring Al back.
Oh.
And then because you remember the scene, it's like the shadow version of himself talks about him finally getting it.
Wow.
And so the door
Yeah.
is the I think it's called the Door of Knowledge.
Yes, I do remember
Somebody
that.
fact check me. Anyway, I think it's called the Door of Knowledge.
Get on that.
And that's what allows you to do alchemy. In order to bring Al back, he exchanges his Door of Truth, which is one of the largest, has all of this knowledge in it, which is why he's able to do alchemy, and why he's one of the few people that can just do it with clasping his hands versus having to write.
Oh, wow. I might have to watch this again because somehow I missed that. I fully missed that. Oh, then that is sad.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I thought when, what's his name? I was going to say Colonel Mustard. That's not his name. General.
Mustang.
But it wasn't Mustang. It was, the guy with the daughter who we all really liked, and when he calls...
There's multiple. I would say the first brutal one is the Chimera.
Oh, yes, with the little girl. Ooh, that's so sad. That actually made me, I want to say, kind of feel sick to my stomach a little bit when I watched that.
That one's
it
tough.
was very upsetting. But I do remember I did cry when he figured it out. When he figured out who the actual villain is.
Yeah.
And then he gets chased down and he goes to the phone booth.
Yeah.
And who does he call? I think he does call Mustang. Does he call him Mustang or does he try to call Ed? I can't remember.
One of the two.
But then he dies and his daughter, and I just can't.
It's brutal.
Oh, I was like,
You care about the characters a lot in that anime.
Yeah, it's really good. It's done very well. And those parts are very sad.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
Sad anime?
I guess so.
I say yes.
Yeah, I guess it does. I guess it fits the criteria of a sad anime.
I like how we told that story, too. We started at the end. and then we went back to the beginning.
That's my favorite way to tell stories. All right, so actually I just watched A Whisker Away on Netflix. It's it was their newest anime film that they just put out. Overall,
Really?
yes, but then as a human, he was like not into her. And then after everybody made fun of her because of the confession note, he screams that he hates her. And then she gets home and she has all these home problems and she's like, screw it, I'm going to be a cat. And then that cat dude comes back and is like, give me your human face. And she's like, what? And he goes, you got to give me your human face because at some point you should just be a cat.
Sure.
And she's like, everybody hates me, so sure, I'll be a cat. And she then pretty much immediately regrets becoming a cat. It's good though. I mean, it does give me like major Spirited Away vibes, but overall, it was good. Like 7. I'll watch it. Would I watch it again? Probably not. But should you watch it? Maybe.
That's resounding. That's a resounding recommendation.
I'm just saying. You know what? This is another one. I didn't say this.
I didn't say ID Invaded. I should have fought for ID Invaded instead of ReZero.
That's so funny. Okay, well, I was gonna actually bring up one that I didn't say. Run with the Wind. I would say.
You think that's a sad anime?
I think it's sad and inspirational. I think they can be two things. I do think it's sad.
Not
I don't know. Yes, it is. He's such a jerk in the beginning, and
it makes most people cry.
It's like he's so upsetting, and then I don't know. They really want to be a team.
But when did you cry? There's
when
only
Prince
one episode.
overcomes running.
And that's those are happy tears. I don't think anything. I didn't cry because I don't. But I came close. I got choked up.
That's so funny.
And that was me. That's the only time I've reacted in like a sadder way.
Yeah.
Because I'm a robot. But that's the only time I've reacted in a sad way from being so happy.
I did cry. It did make me cry. And it was so good. But I don't know, then at the same time, I got sad. I'm glad that they end with a time skip so that, like, you know that they're all still friends.
Yeah.
And, like, they all still, like, everybody kind of succeeded. And
But were you sad at that moment? Because if you didn't cry then...
Also, no. When else did you... I know a second time I almost cried in that. When he was running and he was sick. And you don't know if he's going to make it. I was just like... I was crying for the team. I have goosebumps. I'm like, I'm getting goosebumps and I'm getting upset.
I just love when... I can't remember which twin was pissed when he handed the baton.
Yeah.
And, he saw how sick he was. And he was pissed. He was like, I should have ran faster. I should have ran harder.
Oh.
But then...
He did great.
You had the guy running downhill.
Mm-hmm.
I really... From here on out, I'm doing research and I'm learning everyone's names. Even though these are anime characters, I need to know their names. Because I
can only remember Prince. Prince is such a, I don't know, standout character that you can't...
Prince is everybody. Prince is
true.
Like the representative
representation,
of just the normal person who...
hates running.
Everybody hates running. I remember in the track team in my high school had a shirt that said, "My sport is your sport's punishment."
Yeah.
And I said, that's why your sport is dumb. Because it's insane. I hate running.
You know what I used to say? I only want to run if I'm being chased.
Yeah, I do.
And even then, I'll probably die. I'm just saying, okay, fine. I don't know. Sad and inspirational. But it's not sad. It's pretty much inspirational, and I guess
the whole way through.
I'm crying for inspiration.
For how much you care about these people and how, like, they really put in work. They really worked very hard.
So good.
And they went after something that none of them wanted to do, but they came together as people. They came together as a team. Dare I say it, they came together as friends.
And also, the music. The music in Run with the Wind, that just when they... if you want to get into running, watch the anime, put the music on. So watch 26 episodes. So watch 13 hours. So know that you're not going to run for 13 hours. Worth it.
I don't know how long that's going to take you, but you don't even have to start running for at least a week. Then you play the music, and then you'll be able to run at least 1 mile. That's
hilarious.
Then you want to go through this phase where you want to actually qualify for the Hakone Ekiden. Then you realize it's very challenging. Prince overcame so much.
And now I'm crying. Oh my gosh. Okay. ReZero that's the second of...
No, and that's just the show. It's called ReZero.
Oh, I guess
it now has a second season in season currently.
Oh.
But the reason I think that one's brutal is you kind of see in the middle there where his mind gets all jumbled up. So it's an isekai guy. Mm-hmm. He gets transported to the, I don't know, some fantasy world.
Rem and...
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've watched this one. Okay, yeah.
And so when he's watching deaths, over and over again trying to change details.
Yeah.
And then he's getting tortured by it. And then the second phase, when he finally makes it past that first day, he's dying over and over again.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know how many times left he has.
Yeah,
You see him legitimately have a mental breakdown.
Man, I did not watch it like that.
I guess you have to watch it through a certain lens.
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, I remember it being like a little like yikes.
Well, the first time that he goes through, he has this day and he hits it off with the girl right off the bat.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know anything about the world. They have such a fun day, and she turns out to be, I guess, like low-key hated. I don't know. I think she's like considered a witch.
Yeah. Okay.
And so everything goes well up until they go to that bar or whatever, and then everybody gets murdered.
Oh yeah.
And then he wakes up again, and so he can't capture how good that first day was.
Yeah, I know, you're trying to recreate that relationship. You can't.
And then he dies in a different way.
Yeah.
So now it's like you literally see him start freaking out.
Yeah.
And I think that's just painful to watch, because if you remember, and he felt the pain too. He felt the pain every time he died, so he was bleeding out, which, I mean, I think, to me, that's the second worst way to die. Bleeding
out?
For sure.
Interesting. What's the first?
Fire.
Ooh.
I do not want to be on fire. And
what about drowning?
I won't drown. It's incapable. I'm such a strong swimmer, I've ruled it out. And I'm literally willing to say that at any point, like if I do, you can put on my tombstone, he was wrong.
Oh my God.
And then you don't even have to put my name. You can just say that the person here was wrong. But I will tell you right now, I will not die by drowning. And I'm confident.
Hilarious.
I'm fearful of fire because that stuff goes anywhere. And you know what? When you die by fire,
you suffocate.
You suffocate.
Yeah.
So like,
it's kind of like drowning.
Your last thought is, "Oh my God, I'm on fire and I can't breathe," and that's it.
Hopefully that's not your last thought. Hopefully you black out before you actually have any
If I die by
thoughts.
fire.
Sure.
On my tombstone, you can write,
I knew it.
I died and all I got was this stupid tombstone. Died by fire, stay away. By fire. Stay away from fire. My advice. My life advice. Don't die by fire. That's what you can put on there.
Oh.
Anything else? Maybe make something up funny. I like that one.
All
I got was a stupid tombstone.
I died.
I died and all I got was
a
a stupid tombstone.
That's pretty funny, actually. I mean, it's like a magnet.
Thor solo dolo draper.
I will definitely be putting that. I'll definitely be putting that on your tombstone. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. This is a little morbid, I guess, but I'll go into it. I almost wanted to make a TikTok where I was going to go out on the balcony early in the morning, because sometimes I get up before everybody and the house is totally silent, and I was going to drink a cup of coffee, and I wanted to think, no, it was going to be a voiceover, but I was going to say like, it's so nice to enjoy these like quiet mornings before everybody gets up. And then immediately I'm stricken with panic because I'm like, but like, what if everybody's actually dead? What if they're all dead?
Your greatest fear for dying is that everybody
else is dead.
That's one of those selfish fears I've ever heard.
Okay, well that's not my fear. I guess my overall fear is that sometimes I wake up and I think everybody else is dead. And I'm the only one alive. I sometimes push on the dog because he's sleeping too soundly. And I'm like, did the dog just die? I don't know why. I have anxiety, guys. I have weird amounts of anxiety, which leads me into my roommate is a cat. No, it doesn't at all. There's no segue into that. But I think that one's kind of I don't know. I guess it's another one of those happy, sad animes.
You know what, though? On this one, I do think it is kind of sad.
Yeah, because the cat constantly thinks he's going to be abandoned, or that the human doesn't want him.
I'm more sad for the human.
Oh yeah,
And the
he's
cat.
sorry. I identify with the animal.
Yeah, I
More.
think with him, it's again one of those situations kind of similar to Eli and April, where the person wasn't living life.
Oh yeah.
And he was kind of shut in. Thank goodness he had friends.
Mm-hmm. That
And he had a good
constantly
friend
check
that
on you.
went there.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, it was sad seeing that he was kind of just letting life pass him by.
Mm-hmm.
Afraid to travel.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not mistaken, his parents passed away on the trip that he turned
didn't
down.
go on. Mm-hmm.
And then eventually he went there. The cat helped him overcome a lot of things. But yeah, people can get in these ruts where they just don't.
That's so sad. I guess it's true though.
Yeah, those things make me think that animes are sad. Plastic Memories is about.
I haven't seen this one.
Then I won't really spoil it.
Tell
too
me
much.
a little bit. I want to know a little bit.
It's people go and I'm gonna probably butcher this, but essentially, I think there's robots
Okay.
and other people that are assigned to go help people come to terms with loss,
Okay.
and so they stay with the people or people who are about dying of old age, or if they've lost partners,
Yeah.
and you see how the AI is treated and how the main character just wants to be considered a real person,
Oh, but it's an
BLI.
AI.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to watch this. I don't know. How sad do I want to be? I'm watching a lot of sad animes just recently, and I'm like, how sad do I want to be? That's actually that just random segue. That's why I stopped watching Naruto for a year. Because I got so bummed out after they killed... Because it's happened so close together. They kill Asuma in just the most brutal... I don't know, brutal.
It's frustrating. It's a frustrating loss.
And it's really sad. And I just think Shikamaru's reaction, I don't know. It's I'm getting goosebumps right now thinking about it.
It makes you want to be a smoker.
What? That's what you take away from it?
The last thing when Asuma asks for a last cigarette.
Oh,
it's
God.
brutal.
Oh, I hate it. Yeah, that's so they hit you with Asuma's death.
Mm-hmm.
And then, not too far down the line, they hit you with Jiraiya's death.
Yeah, it's brutal.
And Jiraiya's death, I don't know why. Jiraiya's one of my favorite characters. He just is. Even the pervy sage.
Everyone.
He really is. But there's some people who are like, it wasn't that sad. And I'm like,
pretty sure
who are you?
They're wrong.
Yeah, get out of here. Your opinion's bad.
Yeah.
And I hate it. Then they hit you with Jiraiya. And so I do remember I watched a little bit further, but I was devastated when they killed Jiraiya. Also because of the Tsunade's reaction to...
That's tough.
Tsunade's reaction to his death.
Well, and she takes it on the chin when Naruto yells at her.
Yeah.
She just takes it.
Yeah, because she's like, why would you let him go by himself? He should not have gone by himself. And she even knew he shouldn't have gone by... Well, she told him not to.
I know.
And then I think the worst part is the gamble, where she's I bet you'll die.
We all know.
And I cannot.
No, I think she bet that he'd come back.
But then she always loses.
She loses, yeah.
So she won.
She also bet on Naruto, too.
I guess that's true. But it's so sad. And then... a couple episodes later, the entire Leaf Village blows up.
Yeah, that explodes.
And
Pain gets after it, man.
They kill Kakashi, but not really. But pretty much
This is where I immediately want to talk about the problem with how Naruto ended.
So then I had to stop. I literally, after they killed Kakashi, I kind of knew he was coming back. I knew he wasn't really dead. But it was so upset with everything that had just happened, but then also they were flashing back to Jiraiya's death a lot too, and his final words are just
pretty hard.
The saddest. You guys, you have to check out the Naruto Lo-Fi Station.
So good.
The Jiraiya song is just if you want to cry and you want to have feelings, just listen to that, because I get goosebumps every time I think about that. And then even Pain's last words are pretty incredible. Well,
that conversation
when he comes back though too is actually really good.
Yeah.
When he's revived and he fights Naruto for the last time, but he doesn't want to fight him because he doesn't want to be revived. But what he says to him is just Oh God.
Now, I'm not 100% confident, but I'm pretty sure if Pain would have just rested for a day,
He wouldn't have died.
he didn't have to die the first time around. But like he brought everyone back immediately. Left the town in terrible condition, but brought everyone back, and she was like, "You're gonna die," and he was like, "I know." And
I think he realized he did everything wrong. Like everything he believed was wrong, and therefore he needed to atone. So death was probably the only option on that one.
it's like right when he became an ally, though, dude.
I mean, would other people see him?
How easy would that? How significantly easier would it have been when fighting Madara, like in a month? If they would have just had one dude in the pocket. I don't know.
That's hilarious and maybe true.
And they forgave Sasuke in like a week.
That's true.
I'm just saying. They put a blindfold on Sasuke, and they're like, blindfold off. Now we'll go on random ass missions and be a bad dad. It's all.
That's an episode for another day.
Yeah. The other part is,
Yes.
you have this. You have so much buildup. You literally have like 400 episodes of buildup to Pain.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden you get told it wasn't Pain, it was the dude next to him the whole time. And you're like, I hate that dude. And then you're like, it's this random woman you've never seen.
I know, it's
and
insane.
Like, I'm not even really upset at her because I still don't know who she is. But whatever, you can give me like 13 episodes of random backstory.
Sure.
Just makes me upset. And then it's the whole reason Boruto exists.
I mean, I want to
Those
talk.
are my controversial
I
opinions.
love it. I want to talk about Boruto. So somebody talk about Boruto with me, because apparently nobody else wants to. Let me know in the Discord. Somebody talk to Boruto. About
Boruto.
Talk to Boruto.
And get
talk
him on the
about
line.
get him. On, let's get to the Leaf Village now that it's freaking a metropolitan city. It doesn't even make any sense. Anyway,
It makes you upset talking about it. If you talk about it, it does. Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay, but speaking of other sad moments, it doesn't necessarily other just sad moments.
ID invaded.
What about
Would be
it?
My last one.
Okay, why do you think it's sad?
When he goes into a double. Man, I can't remember the actual term, but you know
Memory pools.
Yeah,
or
so he
whatever.
enters the second memory pool,
Mhm.
and it reconstructs him as a cop before his daughter and wife die.
Oh yeah. Where you're
and
finding
he lives
out.
there for 5 years, and he gets 5 years with them, and then they show you how his daughter died.
Yeah, was it one of the serial killers?
One of the serial killers.
Yeah.
The one who beats his victims.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
And he beat a little girl
yeah
to death.
That's but then he gets in trouble because he kills the killer.
Not even in that world. His partner backs him up.
Oh.
But he's the only person. So in order to jump into the memory pool, you have to have committed a murder because you're going into the mind of a murderer. And so that's the qualification in order to do it.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's multiple murders.
I think it has to be more. Yeah, I think it was more than one because that's why that girl wasn't supposed to be able to do it
until the second time. But he's in there. He lives this happy world, and then in order for him to help solve the crime in the real world, he has to leave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he has to accept that. I don't even want to ruin this anime for people, but I am.
Big spoilers, guys.
Accept that his wife committed suicide.
Yeah.
Accept that his daughter's dead. Accept that he's a criminal in jail.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how he helps people. That's like an ultimate sacrifice. Because coming out of it, he's not going to he doesn't get his freedom back.
That's true. He just keeps jumping in the minds of serial killers.
It's the only thing he really can do in order to help contribute because he's still a good dude at heart.
Yeah. I don't know. I would sad-ish. I mean, it's such a suspense thriller anime that it's
true.
very hard for it to be overwhelming. You're like, oh man, that really sucks. But I definitely.
I just think that you end up liking him.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah.
And it's tough, man. He just he lost control. He went insane.
Wow. I mean, wouldn't you?
And then he was broken.
I've told you this. If somebody murdered you, I'd avenge you.
I don't even know if you have the skill set. That's my biggest concern is you don't have the
I
skill
will
set.
get the skill set.
I can't die by water, and I
Yeah.
won't die by fire.
Okay.
Well, I will not die by water. I hope I don't die by fire. But whatever's taking me out
I will avenge you.
might be a team. I mean, it might be a squad of talented
Oh man.
and highly dangerous
Then I'm gonna have to
ninjas.
get my own squad. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I'll put more thought into it if it ever occurs, but I will avenge you. Okay. Think of just switching gears a little bit.
Okay.
I guess we can jump into. I don't know. Do you think there are any sad video games?
The end of Disc 1 of Final Fantasy VII.
Oh. True. We've talked so much about Final Fantasy
Saddle
VII.
all the way through.
We're not allowed to even
talking
talk
the
about it.
97 one.
That's true. I mean, I'm just saying, you're right. That's sad. I was also going to say, why did it just leave my brain? Zach. What?
Oh, Crisis Core.
Crisis Core.
Oh my gosh.
I almost said Chrono Trigger, but like,
Yeah, Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger. I don't think that game
Crisis Core is the one.
Crisis Core is, I think, the only, I could be wrong, but I'm going to say that Crisis Core is the only sad video game.
That's so bold.
I'm sticking to it.
Sad video game writers, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You've only done one video game. What are you doing?
And I want to play, so what is the saddest video game song?
This is,
I mean,
I told you this.
I'm going to play it for you guys. I think I can do it without getting in trouble. But worst case scenario, I'll link it in the Discord.
Man, the price of freedom sure is steep.
Oh, I'm going to pause it. But this is such a good part.
Yeah.
That song, first of all, I just got mad goosebumps. The first time we talked about this, I actually teared up. If you watch the video, I'll put it in the Discord. But it is the saddest. That whole game is designed to be sad.
And then, you know what? I'm going to stick in the family. Final Fantasy X's pretty sad too.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got some good sad theme songs too.
Oh.
Even like the main theme is pretty sad for Final
Yeah.
Fantasy X. Just the login screen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 10. 10, I don't... Well, okay, yeah. I can't believe I
Your
forgot about 10.
Main character
I know.
just drifts away.
I know. You're right. That actually is pretty
He
sad.
got spirited away.
Okay, so does Final Fantasy just exclusively make sad games?
No, not at all. Not at all.
It's just sad games in general. But
Final
no,
Fantasy VIII, not sad at all. Insane ending.
I didn't...
You literally just go through time. I
Yeah.
don't know who are you fighting at the end? How was there so many battles?
Which, I don't know. I think... But I mean, straight off of... And I didn't play this one. Doki Doki?
Isn't it the horror game?
Yo, is that just a horror
I
game?
don't think it's sad one bit.
I didn't play it. So I'm sticking to my original statement. Saddest game ever made. And the only one that ever exists.
It's Crisis Core. Understood.
Core.
For PSP. Buy them both on eBay.
I actually still have my PSP. And I still have that game.
Is it listed on eBay?
Hells no.
Okay.
I got it for me. I got that for me. Excuse me there. That's very sad, and you're right. The music of Final Fantasy X is beautiful. Again, you can't go wrong with any Final Fantasy score for the most part. They are
You know what?
beautiful. What?
And then you gotta think about 15. Oh, 13. Jeez. Final Fantasy.
7.
Literally, 8 was the only one that really was not that sad of an ending. No, all of the early ones too.
They're all pretty sad. Like, somebody's always just kind of
I'm
like
pretty sure one,
not
the Warrior of
existing.
Light. I don't know. I think
Getting
you fight a
spirited
crystal at some
away.
point, and then the crystal breaks and you move on. Like, light wins.
That's hilarious.
Oh, there's a really sad scene, I think, in, 4, whichever one has the grandpa. Grandpa dies in the middle of the game.
Rough. You know what? I will say, man, I don't. That's rough.
Put that on my tombstone.
That's rough.
Go ahead and just say...
Can you quote me?
Yeah, put your quote on my tombstone. And people will be like, who's dead here? There's so many names.
Oh my god. I was gonna say, I've been recently playing Final Fantasy VII again, still playing it. Now I feel like I cheated a little bit. I just got through the Temple of the Ancients.
Why do you feel like you cheated?
I didn't. You just leveled, you powered me up a little bit, but only to 50, which is exactly the level you need to be to apparently make it through there.
All. She's mastered so much materia.
It's true.
I went to the island off Calm. Just in case you guys want to know. Little hack.
But I was watching, I did the whole Nanaki scene where
exclusively get all the double AP equipment.
His father, just when he sees his stone dad, I cried. These little 8-bit characters straight up made me cry. Which again, as you guys know, we've talked Final Fantasy VII remake to death. But I'm just saying, guys, it better be in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it better be good. I better bawl. I want to cry.
Yeah.
Because they can't change that. They can't change that. And that's how I feel about that. I was just going to mention, I guess, some honorable mentions, but they're not sad animes overall. I just know that they've made me cry at some point.
I think I already know what you're going to say.
What am I going to say?
That moment that Pikachu... And the episode 1 of Pokemon.
Oh my god.
That's sad as it.
That's so funny, and I didn't even think about that. That is sad.
That's the first episode.
That's so
Isn't that
sad.
crazy?
When you think Pikachu's also like just about to die.
Yeah, Pikachu's dying. Ash gives his body up to a bunch of Spearows.
Yeah.
You're like, what am I watching? I'm watching a 13-year-old dying.
10. He's 10.
He was 10 years old. I was not.
I was 13.
I was 9. I was younger than Ash, and I'm like, I'm dying next year. And I'll die for my little rat Pokemon.
That was, oh my god, that scene.
Secondly, Ash, wake up. It's like the one thing you want to do with your life, and you overslept on Pokemon Day? That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. I would think you don't sleep leading into Pokemon Day.
He was so excited
I get
that
it,
he
but
overslept.
Like, dude.
Get it
It's
together.
Pokemon Day. It's like, you're 10 years old, no days have mattered in your life. You've had, 8 birthdays you remember?
Sure.
And then there's Pokemon Day. I guess you can, it doesn't make any sense.
So funny. I was going to jump to My Hero Academia.
Oh, okay.
And I was going to go with the scene. There are a lot of times. I'm not going to lie.
Sure.
My Hero Academia, makes me cry.
Yeah.
It's not a sad anime. I think it falls
about
into
self-sacrifice.
Inspiration and, I guess, self-sacrifice. Oh, I guess that is a really big theme in My Hero Academia.
Yeah. Because I think I know what moment you're talking about.
My moment that for sure makes me cry, and also when I hear that theme song, it goes, it's All Might, All Might's Last Stand.
Yeah, because it's his last stand. He's using everything he has, which is very little in the tank to begin with.
Yeah.
And he knows he's got one punch left.
Oh, the United States of Smash.
And the flame goes out.
And then
he has no more time to be All Might.
And then he stands up.
He sacrifices all of it to just,
So, I'm getting, again, I've said it 19 times, but I for real have goosebumps. And that one really gets me. And I felt like there was another moment that I could think about. But, I mean, off the top of my head, for me, that's the My Hero moment. And in Fairy Tail, which is weird. Fairy Tail also has made me cry many a time.
That makes sense.
I had the power of friendship. But for me, it was... I don't know if it was because it was so long or because Fairy Tail went on a really long hiatus for a second. Or it just felt like a very long hiatus. And then it finally came back and I was very excited about it. But one of the scenes that stands out to me, and I remember crying during, was actually when Urza killed, I guess I cried though because it was just amazing. But when she goes into they come back after the 7-year jump and they compete because Fairy Tail is now the worst guild. And so they want to compete to be the number 1 guild, and Urza
I didn't think you were going to
fights...
pick this moment.
Really? Which moment did you think I was going to pick? Well, she fights everybody, and she fights 100...
Yeah, but how's that sad?
I don't know if it's... I don't know.
Badass.
It was badass. It made me cry.
Laxus's story in Fairy Tail.
Oh, I did cry. Okay, you're right. That's
Laxus
so early.
is the guy who makes you cry, and the fact that he goes back to being banned.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's lax.
When I mean, you're so pissed at him in the beginning, but when his dad...
That's why it's so powerful when...
Oh, on the float and everybody gives the fairy tale symbol. Oh, okay, you're right. Oh, I'm going to cry. It's going to make me cry. Oh,
Yeah,
that's so good. That's so good. I'm not even kidding. I am about to cry. That's so sad. And it's so good. And then he comes back. Oh, but I mean, it takes a while for him to come back, but then he's like finally who he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Ooh. I mean, they sped it up a lot towards the end. I felt like there were more moments I definitely cried in Fairy Tail.
Sure.
Overall, not a sad anime. I mean,
Yeah.
just, power, friendship, friends, but a lot of sad moments. Some sad moments up in there.
Yeah, they gotta be mixed in.
I guess.
This can't be great all the time.
You got any sad moments that stick out to you?
Those are the big ones. I mean, I came out of the gates hot
You did.
with Pokemon.
That was crazy. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
And I forgot.
Incidentally,
that is
it's like
so sad.
almost every Pokemon movie. It's like Ash is constantly
Sick.
dying. Pikachu fighting the dark Pikachu with, I don't know, Mewtwo was able to get all of the bad Pokemon ever, and Pikachu's not fighting back, and he's just getting hit. It's brutal. And then Ash gets hit with 2 laser beams and turns to stone. And I'm like, what? Were they shooting stone lasers the whole time? Like, there was nothing was turning to stone outside of Ash. And you're like, how did that happen? Mew and Mewtwo were using telepathic powers, but why when they combined to hit one person, he turned to stone? And then I think Pikachu tries to give him, he tries to shock him back to life.
Oh.
Yeah, but like, Pokemon 2000 was crazy.
Oh my.
Yeah, and then any
God.
Pokemon movie, you know what? I take it back. I will watch all Pokemon movies. All and my exclusive. These are the anime movies I watch. Spirits Within. Any Pokemon movie ever.
Okay. Oh.
And then the My Hero Academia ones.
You got
I
it.
don't even count those.
You know what? I cried
But
during
not
those
like pure,
too.
not pure movies. Spirits Within is probably like my pure anime movie.
That's so funny. You're a liar already.
In studio.
Oh, I was gonna say Advent Children, but that's it.
I'll watch Advent Children right now.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, let's jump to the last segment of the show because we're almost at that time.
Mhm.
As we all, well, it comes up
As
whenever.
we all know.
No.
As you know, as everybody in this room knows, there's a couple of things that we call the facts of life.
It's time for what you watching, what you playing. I'll ask you first, even though we've been watching things together.
Sure.
So.
It's got to be Advent Children.
Hilarious. Oh,
No, I'm watching.
Shy Boy.
Yeah. Cloud is my favorite shy boy. Cloud's my favorite shy boy.
Man, I still
You
have
know
to.
who's my favorite shy boy?
Who?
Rude.
Rude.
Rude from Final Fantasy VII. He's a shy boy. He didn't even talk.
That's so funny.
Maybe Vincent.
Oh.
Vincent might be a little shy boy. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh my god.
No, I'm watching my teen romantic my romantic teen comedy.
Snafu?
It's a climax this time.
My
It's-
teen
it's the-
romantic
this is
comedy
season 3.
climax.
Maybe that is what it's called. I don't really know.
That's hilarious.
But I do know that the 3rd season is called The Climax, so
Okay.
I'm definitely watching that.
All right. Recommend it?
Oh yeah, I've been trying to get you to watch it for.
I'll have to.
Dry humor's very, very funny. I think they're going strong. I'm very interested and invested in the characters at this point.
Okay.
What else am I watching right now?
We're watching God of High School.
Definitely.
Thoughts on God of High School? What do you think about this anime?
I haven't read the webtoon at all, so don't know the source material. But
Mhm.
every episode leaves me thinking, what was that?
Yeah. What?
I enjoy it. Every episode's been fun because I want to watch the next one, and I think I know where the story's going. But then I realize I don't.
I mean, I agree.
This last episode, a wedding came out of
Was
nowhere.
crazy.
They've been in a tournament.
But here's my thing. Why?
They were on a tournament to fight.
Why? Why?
All right, these are the things I remember in order. One guy puts his hand out, squashes an island. Next thing, we got high schoolers fighting.
Yes.
Next thing, there's a wedding.
Yeah.
Next thing, I think we're currently there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is definitely either like a straight up fighting anime.
Yeah, I love it.
Which is dope. I mean, I think it's cool. I do think it's cool. I don't think the theme song is as cool as the Tower of God.
Yeah, definitely not.
I mean, if we're going to put these two together, and the only reason I would say is because they both have God in the title, I think Tower of God is better.
Hey, you know what? Shout out to Webtoon in general, though.
That's true.
It's their 6th year anniversary for being translated to English.
Also, shout out to Crunchyroll for making these Crunchyroll exclusive webtoons into anime.
Okay. Yeah, shout out to them.
I think it's cool. I mean, they're pulling a Netflix, which I think is pretty smart.
Yeah.
Tower of God is very good, though. I mean, Tower of God, the end of Tower of God, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but damn.
I mean, Tower of God has been around for so long.
Yeah, but most people don't read webtoons.
That's crazy.
I don't know if that's
Read
true.
webtoons.
That'd be like me being like, most people don't read manga.
The only sad game is Crisis Core.
And I'm speaking of you, come for me, at me, Adults Tea Anime.
Oh, you know what? I have an announcement.
Oh, please.
There's a Reddit contest on our anime.
Okay.
There's a contest for writing. And you're writing, I think, making a video. The judges are some, bigger YouTube streamers.
Okay.
Or YouTube... You call them streamers? Video content people?
Influencers? I don't know. Well, I don't know what they like to be called.
But yeah, so, I think if you're going to do just straight up analysis, I might do this.
Oh, do it. Get in there.
Yeah, I might do an analysis of something. I don't know. Maybe combine I like philosophy. Maybe I'll do the philosophy of Run with the Wind. Why it's the greatest.
I mean,
but
the greatest and most
analyze,
underappreciated.
They don't want. I don't think they want any fan fiction.
Great.
But they're talking. It's like analysis stuff, and it gets judged in November 1st, and then it's the deadline.
Okay. Well.
So they just announced it's back.
Get back in there. Write something. Let us know if you're doing it. Tell us in the Discord. That's all. That's all with that.
Oh man, that's where you need the Final Fantasy VIII PA noise. I think it's like boom, doom, doom. Yeah, or something like that.
So good. Yeah, I gotta
insert it.
We definitely need some more inserts in here. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I don't know. Between the two animes, I technically think Tower of God is more interesting. Maybe just for my personal taste. But
they hit you with story so hard.
Yeah, and I do.
And they set up. It's like
the world building
has such world building.
Yeah, it's really good.
Everything has rules.
Yeah.
And you're like, is this even... Are they following the rules?
Is this even allowed?
I just read 2 chapters of rules.
That's so
That's
funny.
2 weeks.
I don't know. I'm so close to wanting to read what's going to happen, but I'm also really enjoying not knowing.
Oh, man. I mean, I'm stoked. This is probably the first thing that I've read ahead and loved being able to watch. Where I read ahead in My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
And I've regretted it for the past 2 years of my life.
That's so funny. Yeah, because you haven't even watched the most recent ones. I thought it was great. I mean, I don't know, everybody's a little on and off about this last arc because it was basically crazy and then...
Sports festival?
Sports festival.
Yeah.
Which is obviously not as exciting as the first sports festival because it wasn't even for the heroes.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
for the regular students who now
it's insane.
Hate the heroes, kind
It's
of.
absurd.
Yeah, it was weird. I like My Hero Academia.
How are there so many students there? I thought it was so exclusive. I thought there were only 2 classes, so I would only think...
That's so funny.
2 classes and then a support class.
The support, but also the agents, remember?
And then the agent class. Yeah, they were introducing things, and I'm like, this super elite, very tough to get into private school
has a lot
is growing by the minute.
Yeah, and then it turns out it's actually an extension and has a regular high school attached to it.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, overall, I fall into the I love My Hero Academia, and it can really it can do no real wrong in my eyes up until they kill All Might, and then I might just stop watching it.
You know what? And that's, I think, where they went wrong. I think All Might was supposed to die with that punch.
They better. No, oh my God.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
Oh, my life would have been that. I would have quit. I would have definitely quit and stopped cosplaying one of my bread and butter cosplays. Because I would have been done with this show. Don't you ever kill all my...
I don't know.
Oh my God, they can't. That's just like... And I'm sorry that I'm bringing it back, but it's just like how they keep saying they're going to kill Naruto, or they're going to kill Sasuke, or they're going to kill both of them.
The fact that they would die. It's just, it doesn't make sense.
This is a whole different episode,
sense.
but still, it's true. But they're saying that they're going to.
I don't care.
You don't even care?
Nobody cares. It's insane.
Is that where we leave it? Where you don't even care?
I don't even care. Sad. I've got to watch a sad anime. Feel things again.
Do you have any final thoughts on sad animes? Is there any criteria that makes an anime sad, like right off the bat?
For me, it's the person doesn't realize that they're, like, in the very beginning, they're not really living life. I think that's the key for me. Outside of Clan Ad, which you have a season of relationship building and then they take that away.
Yeah.
And that's what makes that so sad, because you're like, you just watch somebody go through a harem and finally like be with the right girl. And that's like, it's brutal, you take that away. But then every other one, for the most part, it's a person who's basically living their life in black and white when color's an available option.
I think that was beautiful.
Was that deep?
That one was deep. That one was deep.
That's actually just what I said for your line, April. I said that hours earlier.
You did, but then when you rephrased it, it really
pretty
sounded pretty deep. I don't know. I don't think I can say it any better. I guess because I haven't really thought about it. I was like, it makes me cry, therefore it's sad. No, I think yours was great. All right, you guys, I think that's it. So you've been listening to Adults Talking Anime Plus. I'm Inga.
I'm Thor.
And, follow us on the socials. Check us out on YouTube. We're going to start doing video streams of the episodes. So if you don't want to listen to us via podcast, watch us on the TV. Check out the Twitter and definitely check out the Discord. We want to talk to you. Let us know. Leave us some reviews on Podchaser. It's a great way to get people to know about the podcast. And also let us know what you want to hear and what you'd like us to talk about. I think that's it.